Okay, so here's a video on harmonics. So, what harmonics are just nodal points. They're called nodes on the string scale, like whatever the string is, like the length of the string. Okay, so every string can do this. Whether you can find harmonics on any kind of string like this. Okay, so if I take the length of the string, so in this case it's a bass, so it's 34 inches, and I cut that in half and find the exact center of that 34 inches and just touch the string and then pluck, I will get 1 octave of the length of the string. Okay, now before I continue, don't think about the frets so much as, don't think about the frets yet. Yes, it's this is the 12th fret. Okay, and it's also, oh, I need to adjust the intonation. It's also the octave, fret, whatever. But there's more. Okay. So if I take then this length of the string from the nut to the 12th fret, and I cut that in half, like measure it and cut that in half, I'm going to get another octave. So now what I have done is I've got a halvesies and I got a quarter. Like, so if I cut it there and there and there, I would have that same piece of the pie. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of that string, right? Well, that harmonic is, it's overridden by this, right? But, oh, sorry, I missed. So that is going to mirror out of the center with the same nodal points. Okay, so then if I cut that in half again, so between here and the nut is right about here. There it is. There you go. So now I'm thinking about a piece of the string that's now this long, this long, this long, this long, this long, and that, So now I have eighths. So it's fractions: 2s, 4s, halvesies, quarters, eighths, and I can keep going. 16ths, 32nds, and it's just going to go higher and higher and higher. But you can't play it because the fundamental, the lowest denominator will override the really high ones. But they're in there, you can kind of hear them really high pitched in there. Okay, so that's multiples of 2. Well, you can do multiples of 3 as well. So if I imagine cutting the string into 3 equal parts, kind of looks like that. So there's 1, there's 2, and then from this finger to the bridge, that's 3. Well, I get that note now. So that's 3 equal parts of the string. I get the 5th, theoretically, the interval, the 5th of whatever the open string is at that place. So then I can take that measurement from here to the nut and cut that in half. And I'll get an octave of that D. So in this case, I'm playing a D. So I'll get an octave of that D, right? Are you with me still? This is a lot, so you'll have to watch this a couple of times. Okay, I can divide the string then into 5 equal pieces. So in other words, 4 nodal points. So I get that note. So there's 1 right there, there's 1 right there, there's 1 right there, there's, oh, I missed 1 right there. That's all of them, right? So it gets weird for my eyeballs down here because we use the frets as a visual reference, but it shouldn't matter, whatever. Anyway, and then you can keep dividing it again in octaves and whatever. So you have halvesies, multiples of 2, multiples of 3. You can do 5. You can do 7. And you'll get those actual pitches at that point. So, because thirds equal the 5th, 5 pieces equals the 3rd. It's weird. Thirds equals 5ths, and 5ths equals 3rds. Whatever. Anyway. So there's the 7th. It's almost an F. but that would be 7 equal parts, 8 equal parts, 9 equal parts. There's another octave of the third, and then 11 equal parts. So then you get all the couple of first prime numbers, you know, whatever. But that's how harmonics work. So then you can, because of the fundamental, the chord or the notes that it spells will be the major chord with a 7th in it. Right. And if you use the fretboard on a bass guitar as a visual reference, this is the trick. I've got my octave, which is over the 12th fret. I've got my first third, which is over the 7th fret. Sorry, I don't have dots. Then I get my next octave over the 5th fret, and then I get my my first 5th piece, right? I get the third of the chord, right? So that's a B, and then I get the other, you know, up again into the chords. Well, the way you can kind of visualize that 7 and 5, I've got two notes inside these 2 frets. So if I think of like sticking both of my fingers between, and that's the 4th fret. So I'm like, I can fit my 2 fingers in that 4th fret. That's where the 2 notes are, right? And then with the next one, I can squeeze 3 fingers in on the 3rd fret, and that's basically the last really hearable ones, those things. Okay, that's harmonics. Okay, so now what's a pinch harmonic? Okay, this is a long lesson and I'm almost out of time. A pinch harmonic is, well, if this is the fundamental, that's because it's at the length of the string. If I push this down, now that's the length of the string. So I can apply everything I just talked about mathematically to that note. So if I go in half, I get an octave, I get a half of that. There it is, you can hear it. Well, what a pinch harmonic is I pluck the note with the pick, but then I have just a little bit of thumb flesh behind it, and that thumb flesh can touch those nodal measurement points. So just like I was going, just like I would go, with these touching it, now my thumb is going right. So I'm touching those points. So when I go into guitar nerd mode over here, I can get distortion on it. And that brings it out. That brings it out more. Let me do it. So you can kind of hear it coming through. Okay. Another thing that you can do is you can touch. So this is kind of the Steve Bailey method. I'm not very. Oh, let me turn that off. I'm not very good at that. How much time do I have? Okay. So I'm pressing these down. I'm touching with this finger, and then plugging with my 3rd finger back here. I'm not very good at it. So I can like play that normal. Anyway, so I don't really practice it. And then Jocko kind of did it with his thumb, like. When he did like Birdland. Okay, that's it. Please like and share this. It's a good lesson. Everybody needs to know this because it's so much fun. They're everywhere. It's great.